When did you get into deep doo-doo for something you posted online? I worked at EA a couple of years back and saw a coworker get fired for posting pics, and a video if I recall, of the latest battlefield on Reddit. A major breach of the NDA. They were threatening legal action but decided against it. Still, lost his job over it. It surprises me how people will just sign things and not read them. I started a job last April at a large corporation. One of the things I signed said I read through and understand the handbook, which is a 40-page manual. I told my boss I'd like to read through before signing it. In it very clearly goes over the NDA. Like I'm not allowed to admit to working for my company on any site, anon or not. I can't post anything about work on any social media. Like, if I said something like, moving tables at work today in my restaurant job with an NDA, in theory, I could get fired. My friend and ex-coworker got fired from Guitar Center for doing an Ask Me Anything about working there. I posted a picture of a funny note at work a while back under a different username. It got tons of upvotes, but the paper was on top of something confidential. Some jerk Redditor decided it would be funny to enhance it and sent me a message letting me know he knew who I was and where I worked. I deleted the post, deleted that username, and started fresh with little to no information of my job or where I work, cause that freaked me out. Remember that guy who got fired from Google? Was it the one where the guy was excited for his first day and posted a picture of his uniform and got fired immediately? Well, he did sign an NDA, which he violated. I don't know if I'd call it trouble, but someone was able to figure out who I was. I've posted my picture on Reddit before, as well as details about the city where I live, but nothing else. They Facebook messaged me and threatened to come after me because they didn't like something I said. They were able to tell me where I was earlier that day at a particular time, which I definitely had not posted about, which was kind of creepy. I was scared for all of a day until I realized they were just bored and trying to freak me out. Nobody ever came for me. Yeah, the thing about those kinds of threats is that the vast majority of them are harmless, but you still need to be on your toes in case it's one of the minute number who are actually prepared to follow through on their threats and show up on your doorstep with a piece. Also, even if they aren't going to do it themselves, they still have a troubling amount of information about you, and they can distribute it to less scrupulous people. That crap is scary. Oh, yes. Reddit landed me a call with a Pittsburgh police detective. How he was able to figure out my cell phone number and my name from an anonymous Reddit account, I'll never know. A few months ago, I posted an image of a funny flyer I saw around my campus. Either to Reddit Pics or Reddit Funny, I forget. It was advertising a service called Friends of Minors that offered to buy booze for under 21s if they called the number printed on the flyer. Well, the number was the campus police. I knew that's why I thought the flyer was funny. I even put it in my title. It was obviously not made by the police, but a joke to get freshmen to call the police station and ask for booze. Well, I forgot I even posted it, but a few hours later I got a call on my cell phone from a blocked number. It was a detective from the Pittsburgh police asking for me by name. He said I recently uploaded an image from a website called Reddit that sparked a large wave of prank calls to the Pittsburgh police station and was interfering with the police's ability to handle real emergency situations that were occurring around the city that night. He told me I needed to remove that post immediately or alternative action would have to be taken against me. So I removed it immediately, obviously. Side note, it made the front page in like 3 hours. Wow. But I couldn't help but wonder why on earth people would simply see a phone number and immediately think, I should prank call this. I should prank call a police station. The freaking top comment on my post said something to the effect of, alright guys, you know what to do. Let's flood this police station with prank calls, then they'll be sorry. What the heck, guys? What the heck? In short, I posted an image of a flyer with a police station's number on it. Police station got tons of prank calls. I got a call from a detective demanding the post's removal. A girl posted on Reddit Trees that she was picking up her new boyfriend from the airport and posted some pictures of doobies, asking if she was doing it right. Well, her current boyfriend found the thread, not knowing he was being replaced, and that the guy was flying in and moving in that day. I remember hearing somewhere about a kid planning a school blasting who posted on Reddit about it. He got in real-life trouble for it, if I recall correctly. Yeah, he went to school with a high schooler that I work with. They eventually let him off the hook because they discovered he had no real means of harming students, but just wanted the day off school. I posted a picture of myself and someone found my Facebook. We had mutual friends, so he could see some of my private information, and then dug around and found some more. About 20 creepy personal messages later, I deleted everything and the account and made a new one. Lesson learned. And no, I don't think this will lead to him finding my account. I know a few other people personally that have the same problem I did. Thanks for your concerns, though. I didn't even have to post a picture, but someone on here didn't like a comment I made. It wasn't even directed at them, and they stalked all of my previous comments, tried to hunt me down online, threatened me, and wouldn't stop talking to me over my previous Reddit account. No lessons learned in my case, since I already knew that people were psychotic buttholes. So this topic is making me want to never ever post anything on Reddit ever again? Fair enough. I'm pretty sure that the general consensus is that all women on the internet are men, all children on the internet are FBI agents, all FBI agents are children, and roughly half of the men on the internet are women. Under an anonymous account I had, I posted something about my marriage, looking for advice. The advice I got, because it was a one-sided story, ended with, "Your husband sounds like a butthole." My husband isn't a butthole, he's a great guy, and he found the post, knew it was mine, and was hurt. He didn't leave me, but his feelings were needlessly injured. He's a great guy who doesn't deserve that. I immediately deleted the account. My husband's feelings are worth more to me than all the useless internet points. A lot of the power users on Reddit would be fricked if their identities got out. I once made a comment on Reddit that got so many upvotes that it showed up on my Facebook feed. I made some comment very subtly suggesting it was me, and someone figured it out. I had to delete my account ASAP because of all the weird stuff I'd said on it. My ex once dug through my history and found a post from like a year prior. Something creepy along the lines of, "Does anyone else look through the history of female Reddit users to find hot pics?" or something like that. It was a pretty tough thing to try and justify. She was like, "That's really creepy." I could only say, yeah, it is. Creepy internet justifications are the toughest of justifications. Female here? I just assume the majority of guys do this. Oh, and I'll save you time. There are no pictures on my account. Maybe not quite the answer that this thread is looking for, but I've been to a few Reddit meetups in my city. It's great, we always have fun, and I enjoy hanging out with other local Redditors here. But I wonder if anything would change if they knew that I was a teetotaling Christian. I mean, my faith and my abstinence from alcohol has never been an issue, but they're overwhelmingly secular and very drunk. It's fine. Not everyone can be allured by the secular ways. In all honesty, the narrator has read a lot of Reddit posts for his job, and honestly can say that his opinion on how open-minded the people of Reddit can be has become a lot more positive. Of course, there are still extreme crapsacks from every side of the political and religious spectrum willing to dole out extreme judgment on Reddit, but a lot of nice people too. My husband. He left his account open and I found his username. I didn't know he had a whole internet persona, as he's not into computers or internet. At least that's what I thought. I googled his username and hacked into an old email account. He told me he was just trolling when he was searching for men in our area to have fun bedroom times with, and swears that he never acted on it, and never gave out personal info. Then I found the email where he gave out his phone number. He swears he doesn't remember, it wasn't important and it was just trolling. We're now in counseling and divorce is still prominently on the table. In short, husband created an internet persona so real that it may cause my divorce. To answer some questions, yes, I knew his password as he uses the same one for everything. I thought saying hacked would be a brief way to say this. Second, he's not gay, he's bi. He's slept with many other women and had one encounter with a man that I know of. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is that he is or was or wanted to cheat on me. It doesn't matter what orientation you are. When you stand up and promise that you don't want anyone else but this person for the rest of your life, you should mean it. And finally, no. I didn't expect cheating before I found this persona. I trusted him completely and thought he trusted me, and knew that I was open to him being bi. We'd looked at certain kinds of adult material as well as hetero stuff together before. No big deal. I thought we had an honest relationship, which is where the hurt comes from. I don't know if he hasn't fully accepted himself or if the lies were indeed about what he claimed he was really hiding, which was cheating on his best friend with his best friend's girl. I almost got myself and my former friend sued for a picture that I posted. I had to delete my Reddit account and write a formal letter of apology to the person who wanted to sue me and my friend. The only lasting damage was that one of my former best friends now hates me, although it's a little bit justified because he almost got expelled from his school for it. Yeah, this happened to me. I called someone a gay slur, and my mum made me say sorry. Hey, calling someone a cigarette is no laughing matter. I am a filmmaker and have been to Sundance, among other places. After the oil spill in the Gulf, BP called me up to ask that I make a series of pro-BP documentaries about how BP is awesome and nothing is really that bad in the Gulf. They offered a lot of money for budget and compensation. I was torn. I freaking hated this company, and the stuff that I was seeing in the Gulf infuriated me. So what did I do? I sought out advice on Ask Reddit about the pros and cons of taking this job. In the end, it was decided that I at least attend their first meeting to hear what they had to say. My Reddit post went up at 10 p.m. and at 9 a.m. I went in to meet the BP folks. They had printed out copies of my entire Reddit thread. Consequently, I left the building fast and didn't get the job, and I don't regret it at all. Thanks, Reddit. Classic BP, wasting a bunch of paper when they could have just as easily told you they saw it or showed you the post on a phone. You can submit your own stories to be featured here on the channel. The story submission link is in the description below, and if you want to listen to some vibey music in the background, check out easymode, also linked below, and subscribe. My now ex-girlfriend found out my account and saw that I'd spoken about her, anonymously of course, on the internet. She got pretty mad at me, and I got pretty mad at her for snooping on me like that. She said something like, "Most of the stuff you say is really funny," which really made me mad since it indicated she had been monitoring my activity. Reddit is sometimes like a personal journal to me and isn't really meant to be known to the people who are actually in my life. I doubt she still reads my account, but she still knows this one and could easily be reading this right now. So I don't know if anyone will believe me or if a mod there can confirm, but since 2008 or 9-ish, a couple of months after Reddit Philly started having meetups, I counted the number of Fs and Us in FU comics. I registered the subreddit name Reddit FU under my old name, Keyboard Duder. I was the only admin. I planned on making a few comics and letting people post their own. I sat on it for a while. Me and my girlfriend at the time got into an argument and I, like an idiot, used my normal account, with 2 years veterancy, a crap ton of karma and local subreddit presence, to make a post asking advice on the relationship. We talked later that night and out of nowhere she says, "Why don't you tell your friends on Reddit?" And it hit me that she was stalking my comments. She had plenty of quotes from people she ran by me too, and deleted a ton of comments which I foolishly said in passion, and I deleted my account too, because the name was tainted with a stalker. I wouldn't be surprised if this one was too. Years later, I look in retrospect and realize it was the dumbest thing I could have done with the account, even if it was the most convenient for the community, because the subreddit is bigger and better than I could have ever made it. But I feel so dumb. It's like I took my chips out right before I was going to win. I don't care if anyone believes me, I just want to make peace with it. Story time! This year on Reddit I posted a picture of me holding a log of number 2, and some bottles of my number 1 in my closet fort. All of the pictures have since been deleted from Reddit to save my identity further, but the damage has already been done. Fast forward 3 months from posting. I'm talking to a friend via IRC, which is Internet Relay Chat, when I link to my GitHub, which is a programming repository page. From there he finds my blog, Google+, school, schedule, teacher, and the school email address of my teacher, and posts most of the information in the IRC channel. The next day, my programming teacher asks who had been mailing him asking about Black Joe, which is my IRC nickname, and who had been emailing him inappropriate pictures, threatening suspension for whoever was responsible. Thankfully, none of the images had my face in them, and I was never caught, but I came really close to being in deep crap. In short, crap, closets, blog, school. I feel like the author here hasn't properly explained why he took a picture of himself holding a big old chocolate log and the bottles of off-brand lemonade? And despite how gross it is, now that we've brought it up, I'm kind of insanely curious as to why and how this all came about. I'll never know, I guess. Back when I played World of Warcraft, I turned the guild's main tank in for a completely reprehensible real-life crime he'd committed in the guild chat. All I can say on YouTube is that it's one of the worst crimes you can do, and he certainly did time for it. The moderators instantly banned his account, and the guild leader kicked me and actually went to a lawyer to see if he could sue me for ruining the guild's endgame progression. I didn't find out about the lawyer until nearly 2 years later when one of the former guild officers told me about it. I thought he was yanking my chain until he started quoting case law about suing fictional characters. So I asked around and found a few other people who had been in the guild, and they all confirmed the story. That's when I said goodbye to all of my friends and logged out for the last time. It'll be 3 years in March. I had to dish out the trouble when I found my younger cousin's exposed photos she had posted on Gone Wild. Not cool. Not cool at all. If I recall correctly, there was an Ask Me Anything about 8 months ago of a dude claiming to be in the Air Force and doing something involving nuclear weapons, unloading them on planes or something. Turns out he was for real, and a number of people came very close to doxing him and actually did dox his commanding officer unless he took it down. In short, don't talk about your job handling nukes on Reddit. After a really confusing kind of breakup, I posted to Reddit Relationships asking for help, using my real account specifically so she'd know if it was me if she saw it. I explained the whole situation leading up to it. They all went off on how much of a terrible person she was, and how I should run far away and I should never stick my Johnson in crazy. A few hundred comments worth, it was front-paged. Some pretty specific insults towards her too. She saw it, she read it, and she realized it was her. She felt terrible. I felt almost as bad that she had to see what people had to say. She wasn't a bad person, and I can't explain the feelings when I got that text from her. We saw each other a few times after that and shared our I love yous and goodbye kisses, but I never got to apologize. Ali, if you're out there, I got over hating you. You only meant well. All the best to you in life. Thanks for the memories and experiences. I hope you and your husband are doing better and that he doesn't still want me dead. I posted a link to a friend's Facebook of a post I made on Reddit, and my ex-girlfriend saw it and read through like months and months of my comments and submissions. There was one from a long time ago that says something like, "My roommate's girlfriend annoys me slightly. She told her and I got yelled at. It wasn't too bad though. Me and my former roommate's girlfriend are really close now." There was a guy who lost his job at Google when he outed that they'd be selling Chromebooks, or whatever they call them, in the last year. This one wasn't on Reddit, but game FAQs. I said, I wanna bang this one girl, and they requested pictures, so I posted the direct link to Facebook. They found her and told her. Super awkward. I posted a picture of my workplace, and a general manager from across the country saw it and reported it to corporate and my general manager. I was supposed to be fired that night, but because of the people I work with, I wasn't. I won't post any details as I don't want them finding out. Deleted my account and the post. Good thing I kept my job because I got into an accident recently and have to pay $3,400 in repairs. Without that job, I'd be screwed. I only make minimum wage. Another forum I posted in a relationship subforum about me and my current girlfriend, about the issues we had, among other things. She saw the thread and we broke up because of that. She checked out my profile and figured out it was me. My ex posted a picture of her and I doing something after we'd broken up. We were both dating other people at the time. My girlfriend at that time was also a Redditor. She was not very happy after she saw that. I kinda got the opposite. My girlfriend looked at my subscribed subreddits and found out I was subscribed to Splooge Working Girls and later let me splooge all over her. Positive result. Oh shoot, I can't find the story anywhere, but it was in Florida, where a Redditor whose dad was a detective leaked details about an investigation where a teenager snatched a little girl and tried to leave, but ended up not making it out. Police were looking into filing some kind of charges, but since the detective's son leaked really important details, they had to drop the case. I wonder whatever happened to that kid. A coworker asked for my Reddit username. No one in real life knows either this one or the other one I have. I thought that was the whole point. If you follow people you know, isn't that just glorified Facebook? That's what intrigues me about Reddit. I think I'm in the minority, but anyone else not like the people they know having their username? I posted a rant on how my now ex-girlfriend's mother was an outright B-word and how much I hated her. It was relevant to a topic. And I mean, I tore her apart in this post, describing how she treats me, her daughter, and everyone around her. Well, then my girlfriend ended up wanting to be cute and beat my karma score, so she started up a Reddit account randomly without me knowing and searched up my account. I used the same username for everything I go on, and she saw my post. Did I mention she's my ex now? That's relevant to this topic. I made a post after a fight with my girlfriend about how ignorant she was and how her parents kind of sucked at being parents. Now, she's not an ignorant person in general, I was just mad at the time, and her parents aren't crappy, but they were definitely being crappy that week. Anyway, she saw that I signed into Reddit but didn't know that I had an account. She found my post history, read that comment, and a crapstorm ensued. She thought that she was stupid. False. She thought that I hated her parents. Very much false. She was also teed off that I told the world about those problems, even though no one on Reddit knows who I am, and therefore no one knew who I was referring to. That was a stressful couple of days. I shared my shock at the discovery of the fact that an ex of mine believes in ghosts. At first, she was upset for being made fun of on the internet, but it turned into a healthy conversation about beliefs and being judgmental, and we both gained something out of the conversation. One time, I commented with the "What the frick did you just say?" copy pasta and left my browser window open with the PC on sleep mode. A few days later, my mum comes to me with this disheartened and horrified look on her face with a printed out screenshot of the comment thread demanding an explanation for my ridiculous threats and profanity and lots of other things. Keep in mind that she's the stereotypical religious mum of Reddit atheism's meme posts. I tried for a really long time to explain the concept of a copy pasta, but it just didn't work. "What if the colleges saw this?" she cried. And to her point, if colleges got a hold of my comment history, I'd be screwed for worse reasons than the internet tough guy meme. I almost got sued by this girl I made a meme of. She said if I didn't take the meme down, she'd sue me and report me for bullying, getting me suspended from high school and ruining my shot at college. However, the meme still lives on some websites, and my school paper wrote an article about me. When you subscribe, make sure to hit the bell to turn on notifications. Put the playlist on in the background to finish listening to all the stories, or if you want some vibey music to put on in the background, check out easymode. If you like Am I the Genius, give Am I the Jerk a shot. Everything linked in the description.